Saddle up. Lock and load.
We are back in a strange new world with dinosaurs. And we are here to talk about, obviously, this amazing season of Strange New Worlds, Star Trek Strange New Worlds. I think this episode was really good, quintessential. The sci-fi that we always wanted out of Star Trek. At least that's what I thought. But I'm here to see if you're going to be here I'm going to do this a little early. Old man yelling at Star Trek. And that's what I'd like to know. So if you guys are interested to see what he thinks of it, make sure you stick around to the very end. We also have some exciting things that are coming out of Star Trek panels and San Diego Comic-Con. So there's a lot to talk about. We're going to say hello really quickly to our good friend, Patricia Barrett.
Hello.
Hello. And of course, our transgressor, Holly Mac 7779.
G'day, Holly Mac.
Good to see you both. Yeah, this was an episode. It was a heck of a time. I thought it was something, and I was pleased because I know it's a difficult world in Star Trek when Karen McLeod is also here. Hello, Karen. Good to see you. And of course, I know Sarah listens to the podcast after. So hello, Sarah.
Great. Hello, Sarah.
Yes. So I just felt like this was a good sci-fi story. It kind of had ripple effects of some classic Star Trek TNG episodes, like what you do in the past. What was it? Time's Arrow. It kind of reminded me of that a little bit, where you find something, you stumble on something in the past that actually you put there. And now it's set a course for a course correction in humanity. So very cool stuff. I was super excited. If you're here for the first time, please help us out. Give us a like, give us a subscribe. Those things help us out so much. We appreciate you hanging out with us, talking about Star Trek, Strange New Worlds. All right, Jace, we don't have fancy bumpers this week. It's just straight up you and I chit-chatting. Before we go.
Okay.
Yeah, let's before we go there, we have the man who's going to be joining us in a couple of weeks. Tribal Chief has arrived. Good to see you, and we will have you on the show. Probably 2 weeks?
Yeah, it was
3 weeks.
4, was it?
Yeah, episode 4. Yeah, so that's always cool when people that were in there come hang out with us. So, Jace, let's hear it. Are we fist up, or are we like, oh, this is good? Oh.
Well, no, we're actually, for the most part, I really enjoyed this episode.
Yeah!
I do think it just felt like it wasn't so leaning on a genre, although it touches on a couple of genres.
Yeah.
It felt like a very classic Star Trek type of story,
right?
Which I enjoyed very much. And I think there were some great performances in this, but there's also some dumb shit in this episode as well. So it isn't completely perfect. But it's pretty darn good first episode for this season. And as you know, and I'm sure a few of the people out there know, I had a few issues with season 3. Now, as far as what I consider dumb shit, the horse riding thing in the beginning.
Dumb shit.
I don't know what the point of that was.
And
then I'm ultra fixated. It's like, what did they do with the horses? Where the fuck do the horses come from? I don't think horses were native to that planet.
Were they on Mars
when
they were on
did they
horses?
bring out one of those curtains like they do at the races? And
yeah.
What they do with the horses, Joe? What happened to the horses?
I want to pet the rabbits. Mice and men. I think the horses. I think those were pikes, and he just beamed them from his planet and went around. And they're like on the ship.
I don't know. There they are.
It's a cool planet, by the way.
And he's wearing a gun.
Yeah.
Why? Why is he wearing a 6-shooter?
I don't know.
That shit don't make sense.
Just complete the experience. You know.
And the other thing I thought was a bit of a big pill to swallow, but I go with it mostly with this episode, is the idea that this crew of the Enterprise are fundamentally at the core of why human civilization exists. That's a big pill to swallow. It's kind of like, where do you go from here? Like, you're basically saying the Enterprise is at the center of this.
Yeah.
Which for the most part of the episode, you kind of can go with until I think it bothers me the most is when they're all talking about it in the end. I mean, I didn't mind what Ortega said. So the reason we exist is because we made ourselves exist.
Right.
Which was, but yeah, that just the scale of what it was in the end seemed a bit too ridiculous for me. But putting that aside, Joe, I think just one of my favorite Anson Mount performances of the show, because I really love it when he gets called out as a widower, and it exposes his nerve. The fact that he is mourning.
Yeah.
And the fact that we touch on this as a character, I think, was really great, and make it an important emotional arc for Pike. I really liked, and he did really well. And I've got to thank my wife for this, because she called it instantly. When the alien ship grabs the Enterprise and we hear the voiceover the first time, my wife goes, "That sounds like the chick from Deep Blue Sea."
Damon.
She was right, Saffron Burrows, who was, I think, fantastic in this episode.
I agree. I wholeheartedly
because
agree.
she was actually annoying me halfway through this episode.
Oh,
but how it ended, like, absolutely flipped me around, in the sense that she looked like she was barely holding it together for the entire time she's talking. In her eyes, you can almost feel like she's trembling on the inside.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
Like, even when she's confident, there's a lot of vulnerability happening there, She feels exposed. And by the end of the episode, you figure out why she's like that.
Yeah.
Because she's on a one-way mission. She knew it. If she was going to pull off what she needed to pull off, that means she no longer exists.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was pretty cool. But her performance, Saffron Burrows, was really great, And it is fun. It is fun to think, oh, okay, because that blew up, that caused the asteroid to hit Earth and the extinction of the dinosaurs. And I kind of get the bit of fun of that too. So, lastly, before we keep going on,
keep going.
The special effects in this episode, man, I tell you what, this is what we need to enjoy now, because I don't think we're ever going to get this again. Where that episode, I think, was budgeted between $12 and $15 million.
Wow.
That episode.
Wow.
That one episode. And it's on the screen. We can see it. Sometimes it's very unnecessary. Like that last swooping shot of Earth, which looked very, very CG, was unnecessary. You could have just basically cut to a smaller shot of the dinosaur roaring, which is a direct stealing from Jurassic Park. That shot. Well, the shot of that T-Rex.
Yeah, for sure.
There's a lot of, David, who we're going to see on in a few weeks, he sent me a message, and I agree with him 100%. It felt very AR wall, though, a lot of this. Anytime LAN number one or Ortegas were on the planet, it is very much the AR wall is happening there.
For sure.
But besides that, it looked pretty. It looked very pretty. So overall, good stuff. It's pretty good.
Yeah. There was a lot going on that I really was intrigued by. We have Admiral April coming on and saying, "Hey, you're up for promotion, my man. Time for you to go out and spread those, future beep chair wings." Now, I know a lot of people, added me and said, "Why are you so negative?" I'm not negative. I'm just saying, when you're doing a story with fixed characters from the past and you don't have your main crew until the last season, it's more than likely some people aren't going to be there. So I can't help.
I don't know, Joe. You seem pretty keen to see him. There's many ways characters could go. They all don't need to involve death. Is always saying, Joe.
Yeah. I mean, the way this show.
But you're right. We are getting to the business end. We are getting to the business end. None of that's going to happen until next season, though. We're not going to see any character arc finalized until next season.
Because to me,
so they're going to be together all this season.
Yeah, I think they teased it last season because remember Ortega's got stabbed by the Gorn, and somehow didn't have Gorn babies. Yeah. I think they were preparing us for that. So, yeah.
Well, honestly, I think the show is going to have to really retroactively try to fix major continuity problems going forward, because Lan is the big open wound, isn't it, Lan?
Yeah, because now she's waking up to superpowers. I'll punch the dinosaur in the face.
So how does that work? Like I said, how does it work? And there was an article. If you guys watched my recent Old Man Yelling Star Trek, you knew I was a bit fired up in that episode because of the horrendous article that just came out with two of the producers of this bloody show, Goldsman and Myers, saying they don't think there's any continuity issues at all. That was one of the things they said. It's like you're high. And this really pissed me off. Was they're saying, we're going to introduce baby Marcus because everybody just assumes Kirk was a bad father. And, we want to be able to show that there were reasons behind it. And I call bullshit on that. Why would you do that? Why can't our characters have complexity? Does he have to be the hero in every aspect of his life? Because they weren't afraid to do that with Worf.
No.
They just told the story, and it was up to us to go, wow, Worf's a deadbeat dad. But we still like Worf because he sacrificed his whole existence.
Right.
For it. And Kirk, I mean, if you, I don't know, the power of finding him, being made aware of him, letting his heart open, and then very quickly to be tragically broken by killing him off. I'm talking about 2 and 3. Why ruin that? Why ruin that by bringing baby Marcus into it?
Yeah.
It kills dumb. It's like, the weight of and they're going, we're not trying to, there's no problems in continuity. Well, I think there is.
There's a ton of problems in continuity.
There's a ton
You've got two characters that we never heard of. It was all right when you guys killed Hemmer because, it was the crux that led Uhura to stay and become the Starfleet officer that we all know and love. But, now you've got these two other characters. You got Ortegas and La'an. And what do you do with them? I mean, we know Nurse Chapel.
Well, La'an's the bigger problem, though, because of her heritage.
And the fact that she's
the biggest problem.
She's got that it seems to be a dormant gene that's waking up because now she's strong. And fierce. So I think that we're going to definitely have, and my theory, and I'm going to stick with it, like Jason with the butt bugs, you're going to be booped out of time. That's what's happening to Leon. Boop, the time, because they have those temporal detectives, because we went on a whole saga with her. I think season 2.
That would work.
Yeah, they have to boop her out of time. But I just want to have one thing on here before we go on real quick. This costume of the Martians, I thought they were early Remans for a second.
Really? They could have been. I mean, you look at their ears; they kind of looked pointy, but they're actually like tall around and
right. They're tall, and that suit. You know what I mean? It was so green and like armor. So I thought for sure that they were going to be like a Reman influence that just kind of were hanging out over there in our universe. But nope, I was wrong. It was Martians. And I thought that's fine. The other thing that I found to be very interesting was the Vulcan cadet that was like, "No, this ship sucks. I'm out."
She gave me the vibe of the chick, the Vulcan in Lower Decks.
Oh, really? Tavine? Oh, no.
Yeah.
We interviewed her name. Yeah, we interviewed her actually on this channel.
Well, you should know then, Joe.
I should know this. I'm tired.
But yeah, nevertheless, you gave me that bit of vibe. But she was there just comic relief, really. She's the comic relief in that episode.
Yeah. But she was out. She was Talin. That's her name. Talin. And she was out with us on the Captain Squadron. Really
but I there's elements of this show that you've got to kind of accept the fact it is really trying to be focused on each episode individually.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would be very happy if we got this type of storytelling, whether it's very an idea, a science fiction idea, and they do their best. I could tolerate the little bit of levity and going a bit silly.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that's what we're going to get. And I don't want to be super negative, but knowing what's coming up, that's what really concerns me. I wish it was more like this, though, because this seems to work. You are driving characters forward, especially with Captain Pike in this episode. We're really dealing with his trauma and his inevitability. There's a great moment between him and April where he when April calls Pike out and says, I know you spend a lot of time thinking about the future and the past.
Yeah.
And as a reference to, like, I know you're obsessed about it. You're going to be in the chair soon, dude.
In the beat chair, yeah. Because he already knows his own fate. So he's kind of like, just roll the punches, man. You'll be fine. And then ultimately we get a promotion of number one. She's going to be commander.
Which is good. She's a commander now, which I think is really good because, I mean, let's face it, this is the Riker thing about getting promoted and trying to promote the captain to an admiral, which is different. And Pike, and this is an important episode in his timeline, right?
Yeah.
Because most likely that's the last time he's at a crossroads where he has a choice of which way he can go.
Right.
Because now he's committed to being the captain. He's going down the direction towards he knows the inevitability of. It would have been interesting if he had gone against that as a character and go, no, all right, let's go and be an admiral or whatever else they had planned for me. But he's driving his own future here at the moment straight towards the brick wall.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting because he's also, if he does this, he's kind of putting himself in the beyond timeline where he doesn't go in the beat chair. He gets a motorized chair, but it's a whole different setup. And he becomes that mentor figure for Kirk for longer. And he prolongs his inevitability. I mean, it doesn't end well for him, nevertheless. But, they could play with it a little bit. But it's all depending on
Do you think they've really kind of screwed up by recently coming out and saying, oh, no, it's all canonical? Because we know it's not,
that was
right?
A mess-up.
We know it's not. Yeah. But if you'd actually come out and went, this is your third timeline, people, deal with it. This is
that would have worked.
Yeah. We got no other way to deal with this. Here it is, third timeline. And then you could have then this show could have organically turned into Star Trek.
Yeah.
The original series.
The original series, yeah.
Like organically in the sense you could have redone that whole show.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of...
You could have written a different version of that. You know what I mean? You could have, had Kirk to be captain for a couple of years, but, I don't know. Yeah. He ends up in the chair or something. You could go
just
a really wacky, mess around with things. You know what I mean?
And people would lose their minds.
They would, but if you clearly set the parameters, it's kind of,
this is something.
It's interesting they haven't been ballsy enough to do a mirror universe series.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Be a really, if you could get that right, would be a fascinating. Even if it was just a miniseries in the sense you got 8 episodes, a one-off of this story, completely focused on the mirror universe. You know what I mean?
Right. One thing I will. It would be. I also find it interesting, and I was very happy to see that they didn't do 2-episode drop at once because it shortens the length of time.
Paramount.
Yeah, finally, because it shortens the length of time that we have with these characters when they do that, and I find it to be very frustrating from not only from a fan perspective, but from a podcaster perspective because I want to hang out with my boy Jace longer, and I want to say. And I want to see my buddies. I'm gonna go Trek viewer. We're gonna answer your question absolutely for sure. But I just want to post that. And he goes, "No, wait, just wait till Saturday. Y'all get that second episode Saturday, I'm sure." I was like, "Nah, don't do that." So hopefully they don't do that. But I think
it's smarter to stretch it out. I think it is. And it's harder. You're right. It's a podcast. It's always hard to talk about 2 episodes at once.
Yeah.
Because you end up melding them in your brain almost into one. Well, I do it at least anyway.
Yeah. That's true. No, I do too, because it's like, wait, was it the dinosaurs or was it the Gorn? For sure. And how about that?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go on.
No, that species being insectoid, I thought was pretty neat. Especially
I like the idea is that they there was billions of them on a planet.
Yeah. Just they drop a bomb on them, they're still collecting.
Yeah, and it feels like what shocked me in that moment too is feels like, wait, you just figured it out right then when he decides, wait. I'm like, isn't that obvious? There is no, well, as soon as you saw the solar system and you figured out
there was a random planet.
Shit, that's Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah, hang on, that planet shouldn't be here.
Exactly.
And like he's going forward with that plan of stopping it.
Right.
And thank God, right at the last second, he goes, no, we got to let this happen.
Yeah.
I also very much like that moment.
Me too. It was dark, but it worked.
It was
so
dark,
well.
but he had to do it, right?
Yeah. It was chronologically the right thing to do.
A lot of fun. Do you think Pike as a character moving forward is going to go into a darker place? I mean, does he get a sense of fatalism?
Yeah,
that's
inevitability.
Where the inevitability of him dying, or does he, become more reckless in his decision making? Because he knows, well, I'm not going to die before. I'm not going to die after. I'm going to die right then.
Yeah,
so
I know when my
I think hopefully the writers really explore that well this season.
Yeah, I really hope they play with it. And they don't lean onto too much noir stuff like they did last season. But we'll know from Damon when he pops in what's going on by that time. I also want to bring up one thing that I thought was really neat is you have this Martian ship that's obviously billions of years ago. And it's able to hold the Enterprise. Now, I know the Enterprise was beat up because it came through the time dance again. Let's do the time dance again. I don't know if you're a picture fans, but I found it to be pretty funny that they had enough technology to actually hold the Enterprise.
Well, it's essentially a pretty cool tractor beam, right?
Yeah.
And that's essentially what it is. I liked it. I thought it was something different. But but they had advances. Yeah, the ship looked cool too.
Yeah.
They had advances against, like, they could phase in and out of anything, right?
Yeah, that was cool.
So that's what I liked about it. In some ways, they were highly more advanced than the Enterprise. In some ways, they weren't.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I really like that type of thing. And that is, when you do think about it, when the moment they say it in the episode, and we all know it, that, you know what I mean? That species 65 million years old. It's kind of cool. And to me, that's some of the really cool elements of Star Trek.
Yeah.
Those moments when you go, well, I just love their outlook on what space is. There's always been humanoid species ever since the founders, wasn't it?
Yeah. That species that Yeah, from
where the Klingons and the humans and
everybody was hunting down the Cardassians. Everybody was going down. Moving on. The other thing that I really appreciated in this episode was the fun that Una, La'an, and Ortegas were having on the ship with the dinosaurs. It looked like they were having a blast in that AR wall. I mean, it's ironically quite similar to the desert planet that they were riding horses on before, but
they certainly like the color orange in this episode. Everything's really got an orange hue to it. And look, honestly, there are times that look good. There are times that didn't look good. But the idea of it kind of is fun. Mm-hmm. And the fact that as an audience, we're way ahead of those characters. Because we obviously know this well before. So they're finding their discovery of it and figuring it out, and then clicking about where they are in time is pretty cool.
Yeah. And
that's the fun part, isn't it? It's not that they time traveled, but they time traveled 65 million years. I don't think they've ever done that in Star Trek before. Gone that far in the past or the future.
Which was great.
I'm sure someone will tell us if they have, but
I'm boosting the signals in the chat. Maybe he'll check it. And the Trek viewer seems to know a lot of stuff. So let's take a gander.
But I mean, what can you say? I'm kind of relieved.
Yeah,
It was a good episode.
yeah. It was a
I
great way
don't
to
want to
start the
shit
season.
on the Star Trek Strange New World. It's been my favorite thing that came out in New Trek.
And they're back, baby. They went back to the
Well, for
basics.
one episode.
Oh, come on! I got to be hopeful. Like they're going to go.
Look, I think I don't think we're not going to have some stinkers this season. I just get the feeling because there were some really good episodes last season, and there are some absolute stinkers.
Yeah.
And they were made back to back to back. So
Right.
it's not like this season the writers knew the feedback from everybody in season 3 and made an adjustment. I believe they did that for season 5. That's 6 episodes. They've made adjustments based upon feedback. So these episodes are going to be very similar to season 3. In fact, we'll have good ones, and then we're going to have ones that are just fucking shithouse.
We're going to have all as a Whovian, we're going to have space babies.
You got the Who reference right earlier. Yeah, which is a big one. And is that we don't have the video here, and I'm thankfully yes, because you'd play it. This is a big missed opportunity.
Absolutely.
Because they talked about it. It was very close, apparently.
It almost happened.
It almost
got
happened,
a Who crossover, yeah.
Yeah.
I think this was the episode that was going to happen because this is the most Doctor Who, actually. The lean.
Yeah,
but,
could have been. I could see that working. I absolutely could have seen that.
Because, I mean, you got, I think, Mars is a big leaning for Doctor Who. Mars, the planet, and the species that lived there before. Yeah. It was Mars. It was, oh, wow. I got a lot of great chats. I'm going to.
Yeah,
let's go to the chat. Look, can I
go back up a little bit?
Yeah, I'll go back up. Can we do the your questions, the Neelix thing, or is it going to mess up the backlay? If I click on a bumper, is it going to mess up anything?
Yeah, it should come straight back to this.
Awesome. Just want to make sure.
These people are natural-born idiots, if you ask me.
All right. We've got a great question, actually, in the chat.
Go.
And I actually started this time. So our new person that joined us this week, the Trekkie viewer. Hello. Good to meet you. I'm Joe Dub, and this is Jason Hatswell, VHS Chase. Here's a question for you guys. Is La'an the best written Starfleet security officer we see? That is a good question. I think she beats Worf. No,
I don't think she's the best.
No, who would you leave that to?
Because I think at times she's emotionally unstable.
Yeah.
I also think she can be a threat at this point because even in this episode, she is frightened of her own sense.
Yes.
Like she's going when she punched the dinosaur, which was hilarious.
Yeah, it was funny.
But it rocked her a bit. Yeah. So she's not the best. I mean, Worf is seasoned. And that's the other thing going for Worf. We've seen a lot of Worf as a security officer. But I got to say Worf. Because Worf's faults are easier to read and easier to manage than La'an's are.
Yeah.
I mean, they're both complex characters, but sorry, it's Worf for me.
Who was the security officer in TOS?
I don't know.
Boost the signal. Karen McLeod says, or La'an will be recruited by Section 31. So they're going to do a trip.
That makes a lot of sense, doesn't it?
That does make sense. Yeah. I think she's going to be recruited by the Time Cops. They're going to have her join that group because I really think that tomorrow.
How necessary is the memory of certain characters need to be wiped to make this work?
Yeah. Yeah, I think.
Is that what you're going to do?
You have to.
Do you have to wipe Kirk's memory of her? Because I think that's the most important one.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, Pike's in the beep beep chair. You don't have to do anything about him. Do you remember La'an? Beep, beep.
Yeah, beep, 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 beep.
Yeah, she was hot now. That's Spock. Boosty Signal says, just remember the chair is not the end for Pike. It's just the beginning of a new life.
That is very true. Absolutely very true. But at the end of his character, as we see him, I mean, he has a brand new journey and all that wonderful things, but he's not going to be captain anymore of the ship, is he? So I think that's the end of what we're talking about. His professional end. But as a human being, he gets to play in that chair.
Damon J says the AR wall is really effing cool to see in action, though.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. Karen McLeod says, I was waiting for David Attenborough's voiceover on the end scene, like an IMAX movie about dinosaurs.
Like, I get what they were trying to do. And I'll tell you what, I like some of their iterations of what like adding feathers and things like that.
Yeah.
To the dinosaurs.
That
really
was
like that. Made them bit more bird-like.
Right.
But it did seem a bit much. Like I would feel like I was watching a cash register with the dollar signs just going.
Yeah.
Every second of that. And it could have come from a Walking with Dinosaurs documentary. It definitely did not feel Star Trek.
Yeah. But when they found that ship, though, and the thing moved, the little insectoid, that was pretty cool. Damon says, I will forever miss those sets. Absolutely gorgeous to see with your own eyes. Oh, R.I.P. Boosting the Signal says, this was a really great episode. Well written. I didn't see the twist coming, and I like that.
Yeah. I mean, that's what works for this. It felt very traditionally Star Trek in that sense. Because my experience of watching Star Trek for the first time was there's always a lot of twists in that show.
Mm-hmm.
You know, especially in the story. That's what makes, that third act turn. And this had a really great one. It worked kind of really well. And I must admit, I'm very keen to watch this again, this episode.
Yeah.
It was just a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. The best is yet to come, says Damon J, who is actually in the
go.
show.
Well, so I hope you're right, mate. I hope you're right.
Yeah. I mean, he was filming.
Yeah.
You didn't see the final result.
Yeah.
Boosting the Signal says, this episode was wonderful. The horses were great, and you can never, ever be mad at horses unless they kick you.
I agree. What happened to them?
Yeah,
that's my concern. Where did they come from? And what happened to the horses?
And Pike put it in his pocket. Boosting the Signal also says, okay, finally, I'm here. I couldn't get my app to work, but I think you both
What are we wrong
about
about?
the horses.
I'm
the
not
horses.
suggesting anything. I'm asking where they came from, where they went.
Yeah.
And did they?
All right. Well, can't use these horses.
Bloody oath.
Yeah. Oh, spiders made Chaseville ride it home from Karen.
What happens is you grow up with trauma living in Australia, right? This is how it works. You grow up, spiders. And then after a while, it's kind of like you're not so scared. And then you kind of become a mutual agreement. It's like every Australian goes through a conversation with a spider where they make a mutual contract.
Yeah. Hey, buddy.
I'm not going to fuck with you. You don't fuck with me. And I won't scream at you and try to spray you every time I see you. And it works for us. It works well.
Yeah.
But also knowing if the spiders wanted to take us, it would happen in a matter of seconds because there's millions of them versus us.
Yeah, especially when they start throwing those webs. Isn't there like a town where you live with the spider webs just take over the whole town?
Yeah.
You just it was yesterday. It was my town.
Yeah, I think that's northern Queensland actually.
Oh, Queensland, jeez.
Yeah.
Damon J. Remember, Oro was never a Starfleet officer. So Damon said, "No, I think
true.
War for Odo wherever."
Yeah, that's true.
And he goes, "Oh, very true. Okay, replace Odo with Tuvok. Tuvok, was he a good security officer?
He did his job pretty well.
Yeah, and he solved mysteries that had nothing to do with the ship. He solved other.
And as long as
you
you got a calendar, right? As long as you got a calendar, and where Ponfar is and all that with him.
Yeah,
you're pretty good, right?
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like,
Boosting the Signal says you have to think about it like this: Mars evolved at a different rate of speed, and they were more advanced than the Federation ship. They just happened to have wiped out the culture before. That's a good point. All the orange, that's what
the Mexico filter.
The Mexico filter, that's what we call it. The Trek Viewer says, here's the thing about Tuvok. We never see him doing security rounds. He seems to just be one more science officer doing the job of the security.
He does seem to be at that desk quite a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
But we do get moments of him kicking some ass. We get little moments.
Oh, here's here's a couple of interesting ones. Well, technically, Q2 did send Voyager back to the beginning of time with the Big Bang, and Q sent Picard back to the beginning of primordial Earth. Okay,
yep, that's why we put it out there, so we were wrong. But they were moments. We'll say it's been much cooler having a whole episode.
Yeah,
around that.
And I don't remember them hanging out with dinosaurs like they did in this one, so we'll still give them that. Holly Mack says, loved the Doctor Who reference. I knew you would. I knew you would. Butch the Signal says, it's good to know that Pelia was once a companion. And of course, Katala says, no, Worf is the best security officer. She's got the exclamation and everything.
Not the greatest father,
no,
but a great security officer.
For sure. He wouldn't let nothing happen to Picard. He was ready to throw down. I love that about Worf. I wouldn't be if Lon doesn't get killed by the Gorn. Interesting. I think
he does or doesn't.
I think he does.
Well,
she does. Yeah, we'll find out.
Yeah. The problem is, I just I don't hate her as a character. It's the one character just fundamentally causes problem with continuity.
Yeah. The Trek viewer says, speaking of Pelia, I think season 2 of SNW.
TV show Taxi.
When Lon went back in time, it's a missed opportunity to cross over with the TV show Taxi. They could have had a catastrophic taxi.
That would have been one of the most unexpected crossovers.
But ever. That would work. It would so work. Let's go to New York real quick.
She was Latka's wife.
Yeah, Pelia. What do you do here? You know.
Yeah.
Background and said that she was Laka's wife. Yeah, that would have been great. Karen McLeod says the camera had a lot of twists too. It made me nauseous, all the spinning. Yeah, the ship did do a lot of spinning.
Oh yeah, when he was caught up in the storm.
Yeah,
which is another dumb thing of how reckless they were in that moment. So
yeah, let's go inside.
To actually get themselves in that situation was highly avoidable. Really was.
There's this,
but again, that's the show. This is. It's not. You know, you're going to have those kind of fantasy action elements in this,
right?
You know, that's the type of show it is. But again, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. How's that? I don't normally rate, but I'd give it a 7 out of 10. And people go, oh, but no, I think that's a good score in my head.
I mean, I'm giving it an 8 out of 10 for sure. Because they should have killed off somebody, right? No, kidding.
You just want everyone to die, Joe.
No.
Die.
The people that aren't in the original series gotta die. No. Please hit that like button. Yes, people, please. Helps us a lot.
Yeah.
What
are we going to be doing next, Joe? Do you know what the next episode is about at all?
Do you still have those cards up or no? You took them all out.
No, I got rid of them. Hang on, the Griffin incident.
Oh,
but there was a graphic out where they were giving short descriptions of every episode. Yeah. Let me have a look and see if I can find
Star Trek Strange New World, season 4, episode 2. Trek movie. Oh, that's the one where Spock gets slapped. The Griffin incident. That's going to be on July 30th. And it's classifying an episode as horror. So that's
horror.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a genre that I think works, surprisingly well with Star Trek. Is horror.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting? Sci-fi and horror generally work well together, though.
Right.
Like as two genres that meld really well. And as much as I complain about genre bending and that's the one genre that I think can make it work. As long as it's not too derivative. Right. That was the biggest problem with the Gorn, wasn't it? It's too derivative of xenomorphs.
Right, because then they spit at you and then you have
heavily influenced by the Alien movies.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, I like a good horror. I mean, one of my favorite episodes of Voyager is the one where we get Brad Dourif, the psycho officer.
Yes, the
really
infamous
cool.
voice of Chucky, the killer doll.
Yes.
So that's pretty cool.
Which I'm sure someone out there right now is about to drop that episode name.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Boosting the signal.
Because I believe we have smart people following us.
We do. They're the best people following us. When Jace Gaston's not around, we have other people that are wealth of Trek knowledge in the chat.
Yes.
And I'm very excited
talking about Jason. We
should
mention that Jason is still on a cruise ship on his way back from the Caribbean.
Yes.
What is the right way to say it, Joe? Is it Caribbean?
Caribbean. Yeah, Caribbean.
Caribbean. Yeah.
Caribbean.
There we go.
Unless you're
so he's on his way back from
Caribbean.
Which is what Jason sounds like. So, and he'll be back next week. Yeah.
Yes, it's going to be a lot of fun talking Trek with him. He's got some. he's got some deets, I'm sure, and he'll pick up on some other Easter eggs. And it's good to see Sean Ferret coming back to social media. He took a extended break. I don't know if you knew about that. And he posted today. So yeah, he took.
But I'm pretty sure Sean Ferret doesn't know what I do either. So
yeah.
Like, nor would he give a shit.
Yeah. Oh boy.
So, yeah. Okay. Well, any particular reason why? Is he unwell? Is he?
I
just went, screw you guys. My feelings.
Kind of the chaos of the world got to him and needed a break.
Yeah.
Which happens to
everyone, right? There's a point where you go, my feelings are hurt. I need to hide away for a while. That's what diminishes it because it's a really real thing. We all go through it. But Sean would know because he's a smart guy. He's not alone, and he's just having a bit of self-care. That's good.
Exactly. Yeah. The question before we go: did they ever say that the people warp traveled of Mars had? Come again, the Trek travelers?
They didn't have that. What didn't they have? Because a lot of shit they didn't have. Because they were pre-warp.
Oh, did they ever say the warp? Were they pre-warp? Yes, they were They didn't have warp speed. They didn't have. Their ship was very just like, hey, we can go to Mars and that other planet.
Yeah, it's got some cool features, just not that one.
Yeah. Actually, boosting signal. They never did say if they had warp technology, but they wouldn't have been able to use it within the solar system anyway. Yeah, because you can and be at the end of Pluto, the dwarf planet. I think they still haven't classified that as a planet anymore. So, I think that's a lot of fun that they had in this. I think this season is going to set up a lot of fun, and I think we're going to have a blast.
Well, hard to map that though, isn't it, Joe? Because they're so individual episodes. So it's not like, I mean, they're going to have their overarching storyline, very, very thinly, as like they've done without the show. But each one's going to be different. And when that was really frustrating me at times last year, I'm far more open personally for that being the case this year.
Yeah,
because I accepted the fact this is what the show they're delivering to us. So I either stop watching or kind of get over some of the issues I had so I could be a bit more open episode. That doesn't mean that if they make pieces of crap that I won't call it out. But, I think this is the show where every week, like next Thursday for me, I go in with zero expectations except they're going to deliver something new.
Yeah. Totally.
That's good hope.
Yeah, for sure. Hope for the best. Expect the worst, but hope for the best. What can you do? Let's say we wrap up this week.
I think we'll wrap it up, mate. We've kind of covered it. You do find when we like episodes that the show's shorter.
Yeah.
Because we're all in agreement, but when I don't like, then I'll crap on forever when I don't like something. But there you go.
Yeah. You're going to want to go in on Saturday and not Thursday. Oh, come on, man. They're not going to drop it Saturday. That would suck. I'd be so mad. They just drop an episode on Saturday.
Is there any evidence to back this claim up? Or is this like wish fulfillment?
Come on, Ed.
Not fulfillment. Yeah, what's the deal, Ed? What evidence do you have or bit of information you have that makes you believe they're dropping a second episode tomorrow? I want to know.
Yeah, Ed. I'm Ed. I'm always right. That was his answer. I'm Ed. I'm always right. Not this time, buddy. I don't think so. I don't see anything. But we did get San Diego Comic-Con news, the first bit of Star Trek news and this is right up Ed's alley. They're doing a Lower Decks one-shot written by Ed McMahon. Not Ed McMahon, Michael McMahon. Ed McMahon would be kind of weird. We brought him. We went back in time and got him.
Yeah.
We didn't get dinosaurs.
Sitting on Johnny's couch writing it.
Yeah, he's like But yeah, they're going to get a one-off Lower Decks.
Yep. Okay, mate. This is the weekend.
This is it.
This is a big weekend for Star Trek.
Yeah.
They got to drop some sort of important nugget. Now, don't we have Star Trek Day coming up though? There's another day coming up. Is that come and gone? Star Trek Day.
So I think Star Trek Day is in September. Right. That'll be the actual 60th.
Yeah, that'll be the 60th. But I was told that this weekend there was going to be some big news. So
I think there is.
I'm interested to hear what it is. Is it another TV show? See, I'm of the belief that the TV era is done after season 2 of Starship Academy.
Oh boy.
Then we're done. We're done. So, and I think they're just going to focus on theatrical films.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I
think
agree.
we're getting another show?
I think we're gonna get a hard boot. I think we're gonna hard, just like Beyond did for Discovery. I think we're gonna get a hard boot, and then they're gonna have to decide on who's gonna take the mantle to do the streaming world. I think that's for sure gonna be the main focus.
Well, I think the films, what they're going to do, because they didn't really, if you really technically think about it, we assumed that when they was first starting making New Trek that it was totally related to, well, I did anyway, and I'm a bit of a moron, so I could have been foolish for thinking this, but I thought that's what the new content was directly related to continuity from the JJ verse.
Oh, no.
And then we discovered it wasn't. No,
it was just the budget. We got the budget from the JJ verse.
We got the budget and the visual style and the lens flares. We got them.
No, those lens. Did you notice them in this episode too? When Spock was talking, when they when Uhura was sitting by the thing, and when Spock was.
The problem is, it feels like lazy visuals now. Yeah, because they've gotten stuck into that, and I think that's the best thing I'm looking forward to is them going in a very different, visual style. Have sets outside again. We can do it. You can enhance real world outside sets a lot more. Stay away from the AR. Well, stay away from it.
We got a question from Ed here. Joe. May I plug something?
May I plug something? Oh, yes. He should have sent us an image if he's actually quick and messaged one of us an image.
Yeah, can you message one of us an image?
Oh, the T. Oh, my God.
Yeah, the Lego set. So, Jace, I'm going to have to. All right. I will, and this is going on the record. I will sell you next Friday. When does it come out, the TOS set?
September 1st, I think.
September 1st? All right.
It is the day I shall own it.
Are you going to get it right away?
Mate, how do I not?
Oh,
how do I not? Look at my beautiful Enterprise behind me in the distance there. You can see my.
Oh, nice.
Dude, even the minifigs are holding little tribbles in their hand, dude.
Oh, wow.
The little balls that are supposed to be tribbles. Right?
Oh, wow.
Gotta have
I
it.
sent you an
image. It's a great set.
So, all right. Ed, I got you, but don't worry. They also have Magic the Gathering Trek cards that came out. I don't think these two things are San Diego Comic-Con related. I just think they're, the timing is just right before.
No, well, I think the Lego one was tied.
Yeah. Oh.
It's like an early release.
Early release? Okay. And Damon, hopefully they make those movies in Toronto. We'll see, Dave.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think they should. They should.
What was I going to say? We got our friend here, the Trek viewer. I hope the new owners get back to 2025 episodes. Oh, that would be nice. A season for Star Trek so that they can develop characters more and have filler episodes.
You're not alone.
You're not alone. And for that shirt that you're wearing for our other show, right? The Agony Booth. Exactly. Yeah, you can buy that in our store. We have links below. You can pick up that nice shirt.
What was I going to say? Look, we want that, but they take some real key things to happen for that to be a reality. Yeah. And the recent past has not helped that becoming a reality. You need the confidence of a streamer to go, yep, let's do it. You need significant budget cuts. Mm-hmm. So, you have to really start new. You have to start new. And there's still upfront costs. So even if you made the episodes $5 million an episode, there's still all the upfront costs to make that show.
Right.
And I just don't think anyone is going to greenlight that at the moment. We need a couple of banger movies that people are just clamoring from Star Trek, Yeah. I do think we're not going to get another show, but I'm not adverse to there being one show that is running while the movies are running, as long as they're visually part of the same. have to have the characters. It doesn't have to be tied to it, but make it the same continuity. And then we've just got one continuity moving forward. But I just don't think they'll do it. But if they were smart in the first place and made the Discovery $3 million an episode back in the day, I think Star Trek could still be running very healthy at the moment. So that started at the beginning. So as soon as they decided Discovery, they decided to throw a lot of money at it.
Money, please. Except they kept cutting episodes each season, which kind of got on my nerves.
Yeah. They noticed they weren't getting the return on investment.
Yeah, so they just cut it. Cut. The Magic the Gathering cards are at San Diego Comic-Con, but they're off-site booth. So it's like not actually at Comic-Con. It's like
I'm not into any of the card stuff, so I'm not saying that in a negative way. It's just just one hobby I never got into.
Yeah, Jason, you know what I think it's time for?
What?
Plugs.
Oh, Joe's plugs. Joe's.
Yeah, here I go, baby. Woo!
Yeah,
all the beautiful beam music. And Ed, just so you know, I did get your image, and it's here. So we will.
Woo! It's here. Okay.
Yeah, we'll put it on.
All right.
All right. Starting with you, my good friend.
He's a nudist colony he runs.
Ed with the nudies. The old man yelling at Star Trek has returned only at the Jason Roy Gaston channel.
Correct.
He will be talking about all things Star Trek in this episode included, and what he likes and what he doesn't like, and can collaborate.
Basically, what I said here tonight.
It's a reiteration.
Yeah, I've got it. Yeah.
And speaking of Jason Roy Gaston, you can see all their wonderful shows on the Jason Roy Gaston channel, including my favorite, the VHS Vault.
Lots of good stuff.
There's a lot of great stuff, but those two are my favorite. It's a lot of fun to see them bicker, especially. And speaking of Jason Roy Gaston, though he is on a bit of a vacation right now, basking in the Maui sun, which he's not in Maui, but you can buy his book. It's available now. It's called Star Seeker, Baptism by Fire by Jason Roy Gaston, and available at jasonroygaston.com.
And the cover is not AI at all.
No, not at all.
I'm joking. I'd use AI for a lot of things.
Yeah.
That's controversial, mind you. I shouldn't be saying
it is. Our good friend Greg got yelled at for using AI for the Undiscovered Pod Zindi stuff. So that'll be interesting.
It's just a tool.
Yeah.
Don't be a tool. It's just a tool.
If you like hearing stories about the things that go on behind the scenes of Star Trek, be sure to catch our Section 31 and a half as we have questions. Duncan K. Frazier was the first of many episodes that we'll be diving into with the Letter Decks crew. They have become good friends of ours, and we're going to be talking with Glenn Hambley on our next episode that should be dropping Monday. So be sure to stop by on Monday and see the chat I had with Glenn, who is awesome. He was one of the infamous Andorians, part of the crew that Sharan had. So legendary status.
Very cool.
Of course, you can go and check the Doug Jones and Derek McKay.
They got funded.
Yeah, fully funded documentary coming out on Doug Jones pretty soon. It'll definitely be dropping on Amazon, and I will be getting a DVD for throwing a couple of bucks at them to support the very worthy cause of getting Doug Jones into a documentary, because the guy's legendary and he deserves some more kudos for sure. And now it's time to jump into our podcast friends. It's me again, and I like that. It's exactly the shirt that I was rocking for a while. I can't fit it right now, but I'm working on it. All right, my friends, we're going to start off with the man you've seen here in the chat, the one and only boosting the signal.
He's always right, apparently.
Yeah, apparently Ed is always right. New episodes drop every Monday, 10 a.m., 7 a.m. Pacific time. You can catch Ed talking with some various folks around the interwebs, talking about Star Trek and all things sci-fi. He has a blast doing that, and he's doing some other things that are coming later down the pike. Of course, if you love good sound, you are definitely going to love The Mysterious Chirp. Their second season has dropped. You're going to hear a familiar voice, a Klingon one nonetheless. J.G. Hertzler is one of the amazing voice talents in that show. And in their third season, you may hear another friendly voice that you know, but we'll keep that on the wraps for now. Of course, if you are in the Venn diagram that is both wrestling and Star Trek, like your good buddy Joe Dove, you're going to want to go over to Orsini's Uncensored Mind. Over there, they talk about all things pop culture and mainly wrestling. The WWE is going through a wild phase with the TKO takeover, and AJ is there to give you his aspect from a wrestling person that was involved. He was a wrestler at one point, and he was a color commentator, and you won't believe this, but he was also a ring announcer. So he has done the whole gamut, and he has so much knowledge and experience when it comes to the world of professional wrestling. You definitely want to go and check out that podcast. Of course, Jace, you have a great time hanging out with Greg.
I do. We recently announced season 2.
There we go.
Under development.
There we go. And that's when they get together and choose a random.
So the idea is the guests decide. We give them a couple of years. We go to them, hey, all right, so 1991 and 2003, and they've got to pick one film from one of those years, just one, and then we talk about it.
There it is.
And we've had some people who watch our show actually be guests on the show. You've been a guest, Joe.
I've been a guest,
Ed as a guest. Certainly would
Jason.
love. There's a few other people in this chat that I certainly would love to hit up to be a guest at some point.
There you go.
But yeah, there you go. Random Cinema, season
Random
2.
Cinema, great show.
Way.
Of course, we have the Undiscovered podcast where Ken and Jeff are talking Star Trek, past, present, and of course, future, as well as very other topics that they are diving into in the Undiscovered podcast, which is a lot of fun. And I will be a guest again on that show for a bonus to talk about this week's episode. So be on the lookout for that one. Of course, our good buddy, Chris, is the Transporter Room host and founder of an amazing podcast that talks to everyone involved with the world of Star Trek and transports themselves all over the United States to talk about some wondrous thrills and wondrous times in the world of Star Trek. They have new episodes that come out every Monday at 8 o'clock. So you want to go over and check them out. The Undiscovered Pod is diving into the Xindi saga. This is a controversial cover, but they're having a blast talking about one of the Star Trek Enterprise long-running arcs that started.
I've been watching along and then listening to the podcast.
There you go.
It's been good.
That's what we do.
Been
good.
Do it.
And of course, you're going to want to check out The Agency, the official Invisible Man rewatch podcast with the actors from The Invisible Man.
Very cool.
Very cool.
It's a show I didn't know existed a few weeks ago, but I now know exists, and I've been watching some episodes. And I'm surprised it wasn't a hit. Like in the hit, in the sense of, I know I got a response back from Ed going, well, he considers it a hit, but I mean a global, like the thing where we were aware in different countries that the show existed.
Yeah. And of course, finally, you can go hang out with me as I talk about Star Wars on my other channel, To Be Seen. We're doing a retrospective 1 week later with the incredible model and Star Wars fanatic Brick Babe 0504. It's a lot of fun. It is just a fun blast chatting with her and getting into Star Wars and seeing it from another perspective now that it's been years since I've seen those movies. Ed is going to say this week's guest is Duncan Fraser, from Letter Decks.
There you go.
There you go. And then this Tuesday, Invisible Man Rewatch podcast, me, Vince, and Paul Ben Vector, Lanterns. Oh, wow.
Well, the upcoming show.
Interviewing Trek royalty. Oh, this is interesting. This is an interesting development.
That's Duncan Fraser, right? Is that the Trek royalty you're talking about?
I don't think so. I think it's somebody else because he said Paul Ben Vector and Vince are going to be talking to somebody from Trek royalty.
Who's Paul Ben Victor?
No, not Duncan. Somebody big apparently. Good on you, bud.
Good on them.
Yeah, Paul Ben Vector. He is.
Oh yeah, I know the actor. I didn't know.
Yeah, the bald gentleman. Yeah, I know him very well. Wow. Yeah. Oh, good on you. Good on you, Ed.
Yeah, awesome. He's a great actor.
Yeah, he's a lot of fun. Yep. Well, that's going to wrap it up this week. I hope you had a fantastic Trek time talking about all things Strange New Worlds. We're going to go shoot some dinosaurs real quick. Big thanks to all of our channel subscribers and our patrons. Of course, Holly Mac 77795, the Mysterious Chirp, all of you. Thank you so much. Of course, Johannes Borg, Ames, and Patty. We have a whole litany of you guys. We're very grateful to you all, and we will see you. Patty King, it's a transgressor. So thank you so much, Patty King. And a mug is on you. 2 mugs are on the way to the Mysterious Church. So we will see you there. All right, everybody, take care. Have a great weekend and enjoy that episode of Star Trek.
I can't watch.
Doing that.
So you better be watching next weekend when I will be mocking you mercifully if it doesn't come out.
Yeah, right. Oh my god.
But
Have a
I
good night.
also will give you a kudos if you're right.
Oh, I would be very upset if they did that. All right, bye guys.
Saddle up. Lock and load.